I have been conversing with Cюжет Necrom. I find him interesting. But now we must return to the business at hand. The fates of two worlds depend on what we do next, Proxy. Shall we proceed? I admit the particulars of the plan currently elude me. Clearly they believe the relic, this fulcrum obscura, and the rite are key to remembering the dream they seek. To stop them, we must learn more about the dream and the secret it holds. We go to Apocrypha. The stacks of Cypher's Midden contain the most extensive collections of tomes and treatises in all the known realms. If answers to our questions exist, we will find them there. Will you continue to aid me in this endeavor? The portal in the room downstairs connects to the endless library of Apocrypha. Once there, head northwest and meet me at Cypher's Midden. Our research begins there. Since Cюжет Necrom is intent on recovering the relic, he shall accompany us. Where better to hide Oblivion portals than inside a ruined bookshop? This is just one of many studies I utilize across Tamriel. I even have a site in Apocrypha from which I can conduct my research. In Cypher's Midden, to be exact. Not enough. Drollus could be counted among their number, along with the Arcanists who fought beside him when you defeated them. They are Daedric cultists devoted to rival princes. Their cooperation relates directly to the threat Mora has foreseen. The unraveling of reality, Hermaeus Mora called it. All because Vermina, Periite, and Torvasad seek to find a dream, remembered only in Apocrypha. We must ferret out why. Hopefully the knowledge stored in Cypher's Midden will aid our investigation. Cюжet Necrom, are you certain you wish to accompany us?
Absolutely. The relic is my responsibility. Let me just grab a few essentials. I'll be right back.
Fate provides the aid we need, Proxy. We will meet you at Cypher's Midden. Over here, Proxy. I trust your trip through the endless library was not too unsettling. The winding paths of Apocrypha can prove troubling to those unfamiliar with its preternature. Cypher's Midden contains a wellspring of knowledge. Shall we begin our research? The ciphers of the Eye offer hospitality and refuge to mortals who arrive in Apocrypha, whether purposefully or by accident. However, I am reluctant to involve them in this endeavor. The contents of these stacks change from moment to moment, such as the nature of this realm's thirst for knowledge. I can prepare a spell scroll for each of us. As you search, it will dredge up anything related to the parameters I set for the spell. All research requires parameters. This spell should locate information pertaining to the Fulcrum Obscura, the Rite, and Torvasad's lost dream. Use the scroll's enchantment to aid your search. Then return here, and we shall compare notes. Scour the stacks, Proxy. The magicka I infused into your scroll shall assist you by retrieving any relevant tomes from their resting place. Meet me in my nearby study when you have completed your search. What a curious query. Where else would I research and ponder the knowledge that the one who knows deigns to share? It is a humble refuge, nothing more. Now, we really must see what information we can draw from the stacks of Cypher's Midden.
There's a sack of supplies over there. What's inside? this stack might contain something important. The spell drew that book from the stack. Quick, grab it. An ancient tome describing lost memories barely remembered in a dream? Too bad you're only intrigued a few This chat looks promising. It's burning up! Quickly, grab whatever remains! It's almost as though someone is eliminating these books the moment you find them. At least you recovered something. Mess. Have they no respect for the written word?
Another disturbance in the currents of fate, and what do I find? The Great Eye's mortal surrogate. Again. Once again, the water of fate ripples with unnatural disturbances. As if some huge clod tossed a rock into a still pond. And what huge clod do I find at the center of these ripples? The Great Eye's mortal surrogate. As I explained on the mortal plane, I am tasked with aligning wrinkles in the annals of fate. How I accomplish that is totally up to me. But when something alters fate's prescribed path, it makes ripples. Just like the one I followed here. Interesting. It would be good to know more about what the agents of Vermina and Periite seek in my master's realm. Did anything out of the ordinary occur while you were conducting your search? I was afraid of that. Whatever you're involved in may be beyond my jurisdiction. I suspect the secrets you hope to uncover fall under the direct protection of Apocrypha itself. The Great Eye has put precautions in place to keep them hidden. It means you have been given an impossible task, and it may taint my otherwise spotless record. This is not good. Not good at all. Take whatever you learned and bring it to Larimel the Wise. Hopefully she can make sense of this conundrum. Of course not. Why would you? You're only mortal. You were selected to help Hermaeus Mora save Apocrypha and Nirn. To do that, you must uncover the very secrets the Great Eye's enemies pursue. Secrets that can unravel reality as we know it. Obviously, everything of Apocrypha is of Hermaeus Mora. Only through the Great Eye's will could the sacred tomes be destroyed. You were chosen, and then I was unlucky enough to become involved. For good or ill, our fates have become tangled. For me to complete my task, you must succeed in yours. Which is clearly impossible since you can't overcome Apocrypha's protections. Which means you won't be able to save fate. So I suppose it doesn't really matter. Reality will...
Friend, Larimel is waiting for you in her study.
The Midden stacks have been reluctant to yield the answers I had hoped for.
Apocrypha itself works against you. But the Great Eye's surrogate had some success.
Indeed. Show me, Proxy. Is it true? Were you able to successfully gather research on the relic, the rite, and the lost dream? Every time I thought I found something relevant, it crumbled or burned up before I could examine it. So you experienced something similar? As though the stacks were actively trying to keep the information hidden. Still, you managed to save some of the research. A reflection of your role as fate's proxy, perhaps. Let me peruse these pages. This implies the relic was specifically created to reveal hidden secrets. Do these secrets pertain to the ancient cipher's report regarding the dream of a lost memory? And this last one? Could the enemy be seeking the infinite panopticon? Only one of Hermaeus Mora's most secure repositories of secret knowledge. It exists within a pocket realm of Apocrypha, but the entrance constantly shifts locations. Of course! They must be using the Fulcrum Obscura to reach the Panopticon. You and Gadain must use the part of the relic you possess to do the same as the enemy. Locate the entrance to the Panopticon. There are cairns throughout the realm. Sprinkle this dust of conjunction on 3 of them, then let Gadain apply the relic. Applying the dust to the 3 cairns I marked on your map will form a matrix of magicka. Gadain shall use the relic on each. Then I can perform a ritual to locate the Panopticon's entrance. I shall also give Gadain a gift, something to protect him. A charm that will provide Gadain with some measure of safety as you travel through Apocrypha. Please keep him safe, Proxy. Even with the charm, he seems overly fragile. Each cairn should glow after the successful application of dust and relic. Research is often a series of trials and errors, but yes, this should work. In addition to its normal properties, the relic should also seek out its other half. After you activate the 3 cairns, return here. Then I shall complete the ritual. Gadain, take this charm. It shall mark you as my guest in Apocrypha, and keep you safe.
That's most thoughtful, Laramil. Thank you.
The infinite panopticon is kept hidden for a good reason, Laramil.
Which is why we must locate it and protect it from the enemy.
This is the sort of quandary that makes my tentacles twitch.
I suppose I just need to hold the relic out like so. It almost feels alive in my hand. It worked! Look how it glows!
Very smart. Laramil's tapping into the realm's currents of fate to find the Panopticon.
Laramil's amazing. Who else could help us find the Panopticon? Look, another can. Get closer to me, friend. Give me a moment to focus the Fulcrum Obscura.
I know how dangerous this sort of ritual can be. Laramil's brave, I'll give her that.
The other keepers are never going to believe this. Usually when we misplace a relic, we find it behind a couch in the abbey. There's the final can. Stand close and let me shield you.
Like every good story, your tale just grows
applied.
in the telling.
Now to use the relic. Oh my, it wriggled in my hand. All done. Let's return to Laramil's study and let her know she can proceed. The cans have been activated, Laramil.
Well done. Now, to complete the ritual. I feel the ebb and flow of Apocrypha. Some guide me, others try to.
Oh, Laramil, do be careful.
I told you. Apocrypha doesn't give up its secrets without a price.
Spot it! Cюjет Gedane's concern is appreciated but unwarranted, Proxy. I have been sifting through Apocrypha's secrets long enough to know my limits. And the ritual performed just as I hoped it would. Still, I could use a moment to regain my strength. The ritual directed me to the desolate northwest reaches of the Chroma Incognito. I sensed the entrance we seek there, as well as the other half of the Fulcrum Obscura. Our enemy must have also located the entrance, or is close to doing so. Let me mark the location on your map. Go quickly, Proxy. I shall follow and meet you there after I make sure Cюjet Gedane gets back to Nirn safely. Go to the northwest region of the Chroma Incognito and see what you can find, Proxy. I shall catch up with you in due course. Scroot, please make sure Cюjet Gedane returns safely to Necrom. His work here is done.
But we still haven't recovered the other half of the Fulcrum Obscura.
Listen to Laramil, mortal. Your mind would melt the moment you stepped into the infinite panopticon.
But... Oh, very well. I'll return to Necrom and see if I can learn anything more about the hidden kindred or Master Shelreni. Do be careful, my friends.
By all the tomes of Apocrypha, we found the entrance to the infinite panopticon. The ritual worked, Proxy. We located the entrance to the infinite panopticon. At least, until it moves again. Let us head inside and try to stop the hidden kindred from locating the secret they seek. I know not which of our enemies have entered the panopticon, but the ritual latched onto both the hidden entrance and the other half of the Fulcrum Obscura. They must have used the relic to find this place, not unlike how we did it. Legends say the panopticon is an endless labyrinth of rooms and passages, but nothing inside conforms to reality as we know it. It protects some of Hermaeus Mora's most precious secrets, and powerful guardians roam its lengths. Shall we proceed? Prepare yourself, Proxy. We should both be able to withstand a short visit to the panopticon, but that does not mean we can ignore the dangers. Steel your mind and harden your will. We have entered the infinite panopticon. But where are the catalogers?
That hunger is native to Apocrypha. See how it shifts between the layers of reality? Attack while it's shifted, and its energy can power my ghost sight. sight to strike true. Not bad. But without my ghost sight, you probably wouldn't have survived that.
Careful, Proxy. I sense corruption in the air.
Right. This malignancy allows the corrupted Guardians to phase between layers of reality. When we get close, use my ghost sight. You destroyed one sensor of corruption, but I sensed more above us. Use my ghost sight. There's something nearby. Sensor destroyed. Without my ghost sight, you'd never find them. That was the last sensor. The corruption should clear on its own now.
Whatever you just did, I sense the corruption fading away. Let us talk. Whatever you did, it worked. The corruption dissipates even as we speak. According to Blightcrown's notes, they are using the corruption as some sort of method to avoid detection. Is that how they plan to elude the gaze of the one who knows? I believe so. He has somehow combined the power of dream with the power of pestilence to shift between the layers of this reality. They are here, but not here. Effectively hidden from the all-seeing gaze of Hermaeus Mora. The power of the ritual we use to locate the Panopticon lingers. We can use it to focus on the portion of the Fulcrum Obscura that Torvasad and Blightcrown carry. We can follow its trail directly to them. I shall concentrate the residual power of my ritual into a final tracking spell. Follow where the energy leads. They carry the Fulcrum Obscura through this door, Proxy. Hermaeus Mora has set a guardian gaze to protect the way ahead. We must divert its attention to cross the chamber. Periite rune, reeking of disease. Is this how they distract? Look, another
The
rune.
Guardian's vision is similar to my ghost sight.
There must be more.
Activate all of the corrupted runes and we should be able to sneak past the eye.
Find and activate the remaining runes, Proxy. The Guardian appears rattled by those Periite runes. portal to the north.
See how the fulcrum vibrates? What we seek is here.
Another eye. It looks like all the others to me.
Have faith, diseased one. This eye contains the memory of the dream we seek.
Then let's get this over with. I can't hide us between the layers of reality much longer.
Ah, fate's mortals. I have no wish to harm you. Turn back and let us finish what we started.
They dare enter one of Hermaeus Mora's forbidden memories. We must follow them. Let me open a portal. There!
Proceed carefully. Between the energy here and Blightcrown's manipulation of reality, Laramil's portal could behave erratically. I knew it! We're not where Laramil intended, and now she's missing. Spellcasting should be left to the professionals. Look above! Eye of Mora! Laramil's portal deposited us on the ceiling! Another portal? I knew it! Blightcrown's manipulation of the layers of reality caused Laramil's spell to splinter. Well, step on through, and hopefully we'll reach the layer we're looking for. Keep moving through the portals. Each portal gets us one step closer to the Eye of Mora. Maybe Laramil's a better spellcaster than I thought. Traversing different layers of reality is disconcerting. Quick, into that portal! If this one doesn't get us there, I'm going to start making things explode. Finally! The Eye of Mora on the walkway above us. The Eye of Mora! With or without Laramil, you need to go in after Blightcrown and Torvasant. You're as transparent as I am. And look, there's Torvasant.
We're in a memory of Hermaeus Mora, mortal. Here, no harm may befall us. I suggest we use this opportunity to confer. When dealing with matters of fate, meetings such as this are inevitable. Know that I am Torvasant, and know that we need not be adversaries in these matters. I simply seek an ancient dream, barely remembered, lost knowledge, nothing more. Is that what Hermaeus Mora and his high elf lackey told you? Can you imagine any revelation that possesses such power? No. This is about keeping secrets, hoarding knowledge, stealing memories. Emmaus Mora, the great miser of oblivion. All I have is fragments of a dream. Even Vermina could not help me recall it. But we remembered enough to get us this far. Emmaus Mora stole this knowledge from us. And I do not wish to harm you, mortal. To harm anyone. But I will learn the truth. The pompous mortal riddled with disease. The memory rejected him. We entered together, but I stand here, alone. Except for you. But worry not for Periite's priest. Blightcrown has skills. It should be a simple matter for him to return to Nirn. I will continue my search. You, however, should turn back. Wandering the memories of a Daedric prince is dangerous for one such as I. For you, such a journey will most likely prove fatal. I would hate to see Fate's Chosen reach such an ignoble end. Heed my words, mortal.
If I learned anything as a Telvanni Magister, it's this. When a Dremora tells you to go right, you go left. Let's see what this memory contains. Dream Carvers. Prince Vermina's pet Dremora clan. Those are Vermina markings on the walls. In my ghost can defeat this enemy.
I won't let you do this, Fate Forger!
It is already done. You will forget this ever happened. Everyone will. It is the only way to preserve reality.
Damn you, Mora! Damn! No!
A spell to make all of reality forget. I can barely imagine. Come on. We need to find Torvasard.
And now you know of Emmaus Mora's grand betrayal. Once I restore Vermina's statue, the process of restoring the memory will begin. I suggest you defend yourself, mortal.
The Prince of Dreams and Nightmares.
Destroy the heretic!
The Prince of Dreams
hidden memory. No! What have you done? Flee while you can, transgressor. Your reckless actions threaten all of reality. This memory is changed. Chosen, speak with me. I erased all evidence of this moment, and of the events that led to the loathsome action I was forced to perform. But I could not strip it from my own memory. And now that misstep has borne bitter fruit. What did the Dremora tell you, Chosen? Torvasad spoke true. Forbidden knowledge and secrets are my prime concern. Much of what I hoard serves to protect all the realms of existence. This particular secret, however, must stay forgotten. Even this slight recollection threatens reality. Torvasad found a way to slip past the eyes that see all, entered a memory he should have had no ability to access, and yet here we are. He restored that which I destroyed, and now this recollection is no longer forgotten. The threads fray, but have not yet snapped. Torvasad and my enemies recall a fraction of the memory, but the most devastating secret remains locked away. Return to your allies. The situation can still be salvaged if you and Laramil work together. Use this portal and return to Laramil's study. We will talk again soon.
There you are. I was afraid you might have been lost in the void after my portal fractured. When the opportunity to enter a place of forbidden knowledge was snatched from me, the frustration was nearly overwhelming. Oh, well. Tell me what you saw inside the memory, Proxy. Ah, the event that began this cavalcade of fate. Of course. Such drastic measures must have been taken for good reason. The one who knows keeps referring to the unraveling of reality if we fail in our efforts. What else did you experience? With that level of power, Torvasad is clearly more than your average Dremora. Much more. Does that mean the secret has been remembered? Have we failed? Shall reality begin unraveling all around us? Then only some of the lost memory has been restored. The most dangerous portion of the secret must still be hidden. Very well. If you plan to honor your contract and still want to help save Apocrypha and Nirn, I shall assist you as best I can. I would have it no other way, Proxy. We followed Hermaeus Mora's enemies from one end of Apocrypha to the other, and we learned what they seek. You have done well, and the one who knows wants to reward your efforts. Take this. Then, we shall see. What you described. How could Torvasad change a memory of Hermaeus Mora? How could he alter what happened so long ago? Such a power should not exist. This sensation. Bafflement. I do not care for it. Torvasad has allies as well. Master Shelreni, Vermina, and Periite. Blightcrown and the hidden kindred cultists. They seek to restore memories stolen from them by Hermaeus Mora. And from what you saw, Torvasad has started the restoration process. Yes, most puzzling. Torvasad's next step must involve the rite Master Shelreni seeks to draw from Meln's Black Book. Return to Necrom and find Cюжет Necrom. See what Shelreni is up to. Meanwhile, I have other inquiries I wish to explore. Remember, as long as Shelreni possesses the Black Book, she can complete her rite. If they fully unlock this forgotten secret, multiple realms are doomed. I shall meet you at the bookshop in Necrom after I complete my investigations. Torvasad and Blightcrown could be anywhere, but Master Shelreni has roots in the Telvanni Peninsula. If anyone can help you navigate the complexities of the Dunmer Great Houses, it is Cюжет Necrom. Investigating Shelreni is our best option. Blightcrown and Shelreni concocted the dream affliction with the help of Vermina and Periite. It allowed them to avoid detection by shifting into alternate layers of reality. It even affected Mora's guardians. And we know they plan to improve it. If they can perfect their formula, what better way to steal the most dangerous secret in Apocrypha than from under the gaze of the one who knows? But if we can stop Master Shelreni and they cannot find the secret they seek, it shall not matter. Perhaps that is one of the possibilities I plan to explore. However, Torvasad demonstrated powers unheard of for a typical Dremora. He may have other abilities. I need to proceed with caution. And Blightcrown serves Periite, another obstacle. A cult composed of followers of Vermina and Periite, princes that usually work against each other, may be easier to uncover. I shall see what I can learn from my contacts among Hermaeus Mora's faithful. We will succeed, Proxy. We have to. This portal will return you to Necrom.
Master Shelreni murdered me to avoid the scrutiny of the Assembly of Masters. What else might she do to further her ambitions?
The mortal returns. I thought I recognized that wrinkle in the fabric of fate.
I hoped Laramel would be with you. We have news. Scroot and I uncovered the most interesting news. The Assembly of Masters learned of Master Shelreni's recent activities and has called for a conclave. They plan to strip her of her rank and expel her from the house. It's complicated. The Assembly of Masters consists of just their mouths. The actual Masters rarely leave their towers, and never to meet with their rivals. A conclave, however, is a different story. The Masters themselves are compelled to attend. Don't you see? When they convene the Masters' conclave, Shelreni must be on hand to contest the charges. So, we know where we can find her and when. At Tel Hulan, the Tower Hall in Old Isra. As a curate, I think I can get us into the conclave by claiming official Necrom business. House Telvanni prefers to stay on our good side, so they rarely ask too many questions of the Keepers of the Dead.
Curate or not, he'll never get into the conclave bearing the mark of a Daedric prince. Not without my help. Underestimate Shelreni at your own peril. And do not think to just walk into a Telvanni stronghold reeking of Hermaeus Mora. Either Shelreni's Daedric allies or the Conclave's own protections will spot you the moment you step across the threshold. Of course. Wasn't I the greatest magister of my time? If not for my desire for solitude, I would have been the Archmagister. Unfortunately, my spectral body isn't good for anything these days. You'll need to serve as my hand for this to work. Return to Telrendis. Around my tower, you'll find the components necessary to assemble a passable cloak of omission. Look for dried hoaxwort, a lamia-scale shoal, and an illusion tincture of my own creation. I'll tell you more when we get there. Now, where did I bury those components? This could prove more difficult than I expected. Curses and corporeal existence. I can see why most ancestors move on instead of haunting their descendants. My mortal memories are much harder to recall than I anticipated. I don't remember. Of course not. I buried the components we need in separate caches on the tower grounds. I just can't remember exactly where I put them. No matter. With your assistance, I'm sure we can find the right spots. Use my ghost sight. It will reveal the hiding places. Remember, Telrendis is my place of power, despite Shalreni's attempts to make it her own. Here, I can easily use my magic through you, as long as you're willing. I placed sigils at the spots, but on a different layer of reality. Use my ghost sight, and you should be able to see them. The caches are buried beneath those locations. When you get close to a spot I recognize, I'll tell you to activate my sight. Be able to see my sigils through my ghost sight. Look around. Isn't ghost sight wonderful? You'll find a cache here. That's my illusion tincture. The other components are buried elsewhere. Take a look.
You're still standing. Be proud of that.
Head toward my tower, and let's find a workbench to assemble the spell. Remember this old workbench. We can prepare the Cloak of Omission here. Place the components, one at a time, onto the enchanting workbench. Good work. Now place the shawl. Almost done. Now sprinkle the tincture. Excellent. Now take the Cloak of Omission. Go ahead and try it on. The cloak will mask your presence and hide your connection to the Prince of Fate. You look amazing. Barely a hint of a Daedric connection. I should explain the particulars, though. Not a bad bit of work. You follow directions well. And the cloak looks perfectly dashing. Dashing, I say. Now let's head to Old Isra and meet up with Cюжет Necrom. She should have gotten you access to the Conclave by now. Did I? I don't recall. But if you're asking about the Cloak of Omission, it can only shield you from so many scrying attempts. Eventually, someone will notice you. But the enchantment... now that you mention it, yes. Gdain can get you on the access list, but you must play your part. Dunmer laws are labyrinthine, Telvanni especially. You need to invoke the proper statue to avoid suspicion. Just say the following to the sentry at the door. I hereby invoke the 26th statute of the Necrom Agreement, and then demand entry to the Conclave. Can you remember that? Once we get inside, we can meet up with Cюжет Gdain. What could Shalreni be thinking? She's obviously counting on the support of two Daedric princes. But does she really expect them to magically elevate her to the rank of Magister? Let's get to Tel Hulen in Old Isra and see if the cloak works. Because you're not a Telvanni. That particular statute relates to the agreement between House Telvanni and the Keepers of the Dead. If you present it with authority, the Sentry will probably grant you access. And tell them what? If you even imply that any Telvanni would require the help of an outsider, you'd insult them at best or get arrested, if not immediately challenged to a duel of spells. Believe me, any of those would be counterproductive. Do you honestly think my people need a legitimate reason? Well, how about impersonating a Necrom official? Or infiltrating a meeting of the Master's Conclave? Not to mention acting in the service of a Daedric prince. We can't risk it. Tel Hulen, the Tower of Halls, home to the Assembly of Masters. Remember to invoke the statute when you demand entry, and put on the cloak.
Know that, Drew. As Master Shalreni's mouth, you are prohibited from entering the Conclave.
But I must warn the Masters.
Don't worry. Your treacherous master will be dealt with soon enough.
You must warn the other Masters. I can no longer stand by and do nothing while Master Shalreni continues along this dark path. Her actions threaten the entire peninsula. You probably shouldn't, but that doesn't mean I'm lying. I admired Shalreni for her skill and power. Thought she would help me rise in the ranks. But her ambition and contempt for her fellow Telvanni will doom us all. Master Shalreni made a deal with not one, but two Daedric princes. She plans to use their help to eliminate all who oppose her so she can become Archmagister. The Masters won't listen to me. They don't understand the danger. I'm not sure. Master Shalreni stopped confiding in me. But I know how she thinks. She has no respect for the Masters or this Conclave. When they move to reprimand her, she's going to show them just how powerful she's become. It will be a bloodbath.
The Master's Conclave is in session. All other business is on hold. Come back later. Necrom, Let me see. Ah, yes. You're listed as Cюжет Gdain's attending clerk. Very good. You may go inside. I expect you'll find the curate in the Assembly antechamber, as the attending Magister declared the Conclave for Masters only.
is Cюжет Necrom?
Master Morena seemed exhausted.
Really,
Is she
I
well?
must...
The healers recommended she stay in bed,
You do
but she
realize I wield
insisted we attend the
considerable
conclave.
influence as
They call
Master
them so
Norvora's
rarely, you
mouth.
know.
Of course, but...
Understandable. As
I
much
could
as
do
our
much
masters
for you
despise
and the
public
keepers.
appearances,
Now tell me,
they hate the
what
thought
do you
of
think of
others
my
gathering
book?
without them.
That's Master Norvora's
Too bad
mouth.
they're not allowed inside.
We need to extract Gadain
Hoping
this
to see what
instant.
punishment they devised for Master Shelreni.
The curate and I are busy, outsider. I am eager to hear what he thinks of my book, Ancestors of a Humble Mouth. It's a work in progress, but at least 2 booksellers have expressed interest. Come back later. How strange. As no one but masters are allowed inside, Master Norvora explicitly told me to wait out here until after the conclave concluded its business. Well, obviously Master Norvora needs her spellbook. No master should ever meet her peers without being totally prepared. I'll go and fetch it at once.
Thank you, my friend. Follow me. I know a place where we can talk privately. We can speak freely here. You arrived not a moment too soon, my friend. Before they decided to seal the hall, and I was trapped in that dreadful conversation with Mouth Elar, I found what we needed. Master Shelreni is here, and being held under guard until the conclave begins. And now we come to the problem. Magister Gothran arrived from Sadrith Mora to oversee the Master's conclave. He immediately expelled all but the Telvanni Masters and placed a ward on the door. There's no way to get into the assembly hall. Sadly, disabling a ward placed by a Magister is beyond my capabilities. If you have any ideas, please share them. Otherwise, I fear the Masters are on their own in there.
A Magister? To counter Magister magic, eh? Good idea. Let's go disable the ward. A ward needs anchors. Use my ghosts, I see them. One on either side of a door. I'll lend you my power to disable them. Magister Gothran is good, but I'm better. Let's enter the assembly hall.
This is a closed session. What is the meaning of this intrusion?
Now, Gothran, surely such restrictions don't apply to a Magister and his proxy.
Meln the Mouth's a spirit. No matter. I will not tolerate your antics.
Nothing in our statutes precludes a dead Magister from participating in a conclave. Now, hear what my proxy has to say.
Very well. Step forward. I recognize you from that incident with the ambitious lizard. And now you stand before me, representing one of my most annoying colleagues. Well, get on with it. What's so important that Magister Meln dares interrupt these closed proceedings? And Magister Meln thought us so ineffective that he had to swoop in and save the day? How presumptuous of him. Do you really think one rogue master is a match for this assembly? So I heard. Hence the reason I decided to leave my comfortable tower and come all this way to personally take charge of this conclave. The masters will hear the charges, question the subject, and render swift judgment. Is that why you're here? To add another charge to Shelreni's list of crimes? Then so noted. Perhaps that's why she turned herself over without any fuss or bother, so that she can plead for mercy. Perhaps I'll be lenient. Perhaps not. Enough of this nonsense. I listened to the concerns of your Magister and heard his allegation. Now we are finished. Meln may stay if he wishes. That is his right. But you and the curate should go and leave us to our work.
Over here. I forgot how boring my so-called peers can be. Pity Shelreni didn't eliminate a few more of my rivals before we noticed. But your master, Meln. I have fond memories of his many antics. That's why I wanted a word with you. Your master has delayed these proceedings long enough. Master Shelreni reached above her station and must be dealt with. Anything that postpones that and increases the time I must spend in the company of my so-called peers will not be tolerated. Murder, you say? That is serious. I suppose anything can be expected from a master who makes pacts with Daedra. We really need to strip her of her rank and exile her. Well, if you must see her, she's being held in a meeting room down the East Hall.
I don't understand this necessity for debate. If it were up to me, we'd get right to the vote. Nothing anyone has to say will change my mind about Shelreni. Now then, is Magister Meln really dead? Meln may have confused Magister Gothrin, but there's no provision for a dead Telvanni participating in a conclave. It's just not done. Is that a threat? Master Morena led Shelreni through the East Door for making similar pronouncements only a few moments ago. If that can happen to a master, imagine what's in store for a lowly mouth like you.
I wouldn't suggest disobeying the order of Magister Gothrin. I've seen him turn a retainer into a mud crab for a lesser infraction.
If you're intent on flouting Magister Gothrin's authority, then I suggest you speak to Masters Voves and Norvora. Neither of them could keep a confidence if their lives depended upon it. But if anyone asks, you heard nothing from me.
There's a meeting room just to the right. This must be where they're holding her.
Shelreni's gone, but what's that tipped over bottle over there? That's pure essence of dream. Let me cast a spell to see what happened here.
What was that? Just a little gift from the Prince of Dreams. Soon, you will do exactly as I say.
You won't get away with this.
I already have. And with your help, I'll get away with so much more. Now let's go attend the conclave. My ascension requires participants, willing or otherwise.
We must get to the conclave. It's held in the Master's private hall to the north.
Something's going on to the north. I think the conclave is starting.
Master Shelreni, you stand accused of conspiring against your fellow Telvanni, murdering Meln the Mouthless, and consorting with Daedric princes. How do you plead?
A Telvanni doesn't plead. But I will kill you all before I take my sacrifice and depart.
Help me, Magister!
Shelreni, cease cease your actions this instant.
Use my ghost sight to disable the wards and get down there. Get up! I'm not ready to die a second time!
You're finally awake. Thank the ancestors. I thought Shelreni killed you.
We should talk, Mouth of Mel. The Mouth of the Mouthless. I suppose you want me to say that you and Meln were right. That I should have taken Shelreni's threat more seriously. Well, let's pretend I said that and move on to what needs to happen next. Yes, quite a display. She used the Conclave to formally announce her intentions. Her spell would have killed everyone, and positioned her to challenge the Archmagister for rulership of the house. Luckily, I was on hand to save the local masters. Shelreni may be a powerful master, but I am a Magister of the Telvanni Council. It was a simple matter to deflect her attack while the Conclave dispersed. Then, I stabilized the portal she fled through, assuming you would want to follow her. Really now, who do you think Meln consulted when he first invented his Cloak of Omission? I see the mark of Mora upon you. House Telvanni wants no part in the machinations of Daedric princes. Just make sure to kill Shelreni when you find her. Master Morena revealed her inadequacies when she allowed herself to be captured. The other masters survived. In both cases, House Telvanni won. If you plan to chase Shelreni, I suggest you leave now. I'm not going to hold that portal open forever. In all honesty, no. In case you haven't noticed, we of House Telvanni are a superior lot. Sentiment and mercy rarely factor into our actions. Now, step lively. That portal will close as soon as my attention wavers. Ooh, and I feel a yawn coming on.
This ancient ruin. Those markings. This place is dedicated to their Mina.
This place. I think we visited the memory of it in the Eye of Mora.
Protects us both. This chamber appears promising. We should look around. Anything relevant in those papers? protect us both. Was there anything in those papers about Master Shelreni or where we might find her? She writes about how Torvasard came to her, indoctrinated her into Vermina's service, how he was consumed with restoring something that was either stolen or lost. So they sent the Malachite mined from the Alavelis quarry here. And she discusses how the hidden kindred were formed to provide the workers needed to accomplish the restoration. Somehow, rebuilding a Vermina statue is the key to Torvasard's goal. This must be where that original memory took place. Where Vermina and Periite think Hermaeus Mora wronged them and stole whatever it is they now seek. Let's keep going. That restored statue and Master Shelreni must be somewhere in this old ruin.
We must find Shelreni and stop her from completing this rite.
There's Shelreni and Master Morena. We need to free her.
My black book! Looks like Shelreni got past my safeguards.
Ingenious, Torvasard. Using the restored memory to open a path to Apocrypha. All we need now is for Shelreni to finish the rite and perform the sacrifice.
Shelreni's using the restored an aspect of Vermina. That's not good.
Away, agents of fate! This vessel will help me restore what was taken from us all! No! Now, my disciple. Complete the sacrifice so I may inhabit the vessel.
Into the circuit.
From the fantastic tale, and I get to ride the Matrix magic is unstable. Save yourself! No! Not when we're so close!
Close my black book and take it. That should end the rite.
Taking the black book won't stop us, and one of you will serve just as well as a sacrifice.
No need to involve outsiders, Shelreni. Prince Vermina accepts your sacrifice and deems you a worthy vassal.
I regret the bloodshed, but soon Mora's injustice will be undone.
With this vessel, I can enter Apocrypha and strike at Mora's heart. With me, my faithful!
We have to warn Apocrypha. Let's return to the Necrom Bindery and find Laramel.
Hold still, and I'll open a portal back to Necrom.
Neither Scroot nor I can feel Hermaeus Mora's presence. We both find this unsettling. Good, you are here. Both Scroot and I felt a sudden disturbance in the tides of fate. Something terrible has happened in Apocrypha, and Scroot and I no longer feel the presence of the one who knows. Another significant event in the annals of fate, and I missed it. But Master Shelreni is dead. And Vermina did what? Start from the beginning, Proxy. What happened at the Master's Conclave? So that was Shelreni's plan. Use whatever power the Princess provided to eliminate her rivals and move up in rank. I am glad she failed. But what happened after that? And Blightcrown decided to complete the rite anyway by sacrificing Shelreni instead. Ruthless, but in keeping with a follower of Periite. And you say this allowed Vermina to possess Shelreni's corpse? What happened next, Proxy? They cannot. Not usually. Hence all the trouble that Torvasard and his allies went through to reach this point. At least you saved the Telvanni Masters and recovered Meln's Black Book. Well done. While I ponder next steps, take this. You earned it. Both Scroot and I felt the tides of fate churn and boil. Worse, neither of us has been able to commune with her Maius Mora since the Black Book's rite was completed at Vermina's shrine. And you say you saw Shelreni's body walk into Apocrypha, giving Vermina access to Apocrypha and a host to work through. They must know where to find the memory they seek, or they have a good idea where to look. Apocrypha is infinite. Without fate to guide us, we are lost in the dark without a candle. Blightcrown and Torvasard have ways to avoid detection. Only one viable option presents itself. We must ask Master Shelreni where Vermina has taken her body. Will you see this through, Proxy, before the disaster Mora foresaw comes to pass? Fortunately, we have two conduits to spirits not yet bound for Aetherius at our disposal. Magister Meln and Curate Gadain. Speak to Meln first. He obviously knows what happens when a Telvanni mage dies. Aetherius is the immortal plane. When a person dies, their spirit moves on to that realm unless something prevents that from happening. A violent death, perhaps, or because the spirit still has tasks left undone. Shelreni fits both categories. You know how you can feel the warmth and know the sun is above you, even if you never look up. That is what Scroot experiences every day in the service of her master, and what I sense when I commune with the one who knows. Now, perhaps, we know Blightcrown used a corrupting combination of pestilence and dream to avoid detection in the Panopticon, and he was trying to increase its potency. Maybe the rite did more than open a path. Maybe it cut more.
Laramil's idea is a good one. Master Shelreni has the answer we seek, and I know how to reach her. No Telvanni master worth their weight in Quama cattle would relinquish their hold on this plane without a fight. I have no doubt we can contact Master Shelreni's spirit. Whether we can get her to cooperate, well, that's an entirely different matter. As the curate can tell you, Necrom forbids summoning the dead. But there's no regulation against the dead choosing to speak to you. We don't have to summon Shelreni's spirit. We can go to her and simply request an audience. Same place you found me. In her tower, of course. We must go to Tel Barrow and search her sanctum. If her spirit lingers, she'll haunt there. Though, I'm better take Gadain with us. If she's become a vengeful spirit, his expertise might be required.
Meln, we can't just summon the dead whenever we please. It's forbidden.
Yes. Summoning is an affront to your order. But if the spirit is already there...
If I help you, I could jeopardize my standing.
We would not ask this of you if the situation was not dire.
Of course I'll help, Laramil.
I'll return to Apocrypha. See if I can find Vermina while you chase spirits. Not like I've got anything better to do.
Good luck at Tel Barrow, my friends. Return here with whatever you learn.
Dealing with displaced spirits is very much frowned upon by the Keepers of the Dead. I'll help, because the stakes are great, but it goes against every iota of my training. That's an aspect of our beliefs, but not the primary component. And it's different when you visit the catacombs and a spirit appears before you. I suppose if Shelreni decides to speak to us, that shouldn't violate the Codex too badly. Indeed. The recently departed are often confused, and that confusion can turn violent. I much prefer to deal with the spirits of our ancient ancestors. They may be cantankerous, but they've had enough time to reconcile to their undead existence.
Over there. Just let me... There. Easy enough for a Magister to remove a Master's ward. Let's go inside. Shalreni's private study. Her presence is strong here. My ghost sight allows you to see it. Move closer, and I'll try to get her to manifest fully.
Careful, my friend.
Light Crown! He killed me. I'll destroy them all!
Such rage and suffering. Let me try to calm her.
Have you come to gloat? To see how far the mighty Shalreni has fallen? I would have led House Telvanni to new heights. Instead, I lost everything. All my work unfinished. My legacy in ruins. This is your fault, outsider. You and those duplicitous Daedric princes. Now, why in the name of my despicable ancestors would I even consider such a notion? You're my enemy. I'm content to sit back and watch as Vermina and Periite steal back whatever they think Hermaeus Mora took from them. You know nothing of the Telvanni, outsider, or of me. But I will admit that I hate it when a greater power reneges on a mutually advantageous agreement. Frankly, my role in all this was more difficult than what I requested of the princes. I decrypted Meln's Black Book, perfected Blight Crown's subterfuge concoction, and performed the rite that gave Vermina access to Apocrypha. And all for a simple favor. Eliminate my competition, and elevate me to the rank of Archmagister. I see what you did there. Clever. I suppose I've been taken off the board. A bit of revenge on my part is probably called for. The path to the memory Vermina seeks lies through the infinite panopticon. Torvasad will lead her there. It started with Torvasad and his dream of something lost long ago. He needed someone to acquire Meln's Black Book and perform the rite. In return, he would help me achieve my dream of becoming Archmagister, as long as I pledged myself to Vermina. Torvasad behaves like a broker, bringing disparate parties together for mutual benefit. In truth, I now believe this is all about Torvasad. He has his own agenda. Anyway, he convinced the princes to set aside their differences and work together. Truth be told, I never much cared. All I wanted was to do what was asked of me and get my reward. Instead, I got a dagger in the back from that disgusting Blight Crown. They believe Hermaeus Mora stole something from them. From all of us, really. It involves Torvasad's dream. He had vague visions of a Vermina shrine, believed it was important. So he asked Vermina to help him recall the entire dream. When she failed, he expanded his list of allies. That's where the hidden kindred came in. Look, maybe Mora stole Torvasad's favorite sweet roll recipe. I wouldn't put it past the Prince of Fate. He collects knowledge like House Lalu hoards gold. All I know is Vermina and Periite want the memory back.
but Torvasard wants it more. Silent, you say? Then my enhanced subterfuge concoction worked. I told Blightcrown I could do it. I took Blightcrown's mix of disease and dream, and with a few adjustments to the right, enhanced its ability to hide them 1,000-fold. If Mora has gone silent, it means it affected him too. Cut him off from his own realm. Am I a genius or what? Oh, fear not. You can't separate a Daedric prince from their realm for very long. Should last just long enough for Vermina to get whatever she's after. Of course, who can say what will happen when a realm and its prince are sundered even briefly?
I can't absolve you of your transgression, Spirit, but I can grant you peace.
Eternal disappointment, more likely.
Let's return to Necrom and tell Laramil what we learned.
Calm yourself, Scroot. I am sure Apocrypha is not as bad as you say. Ah, Proxy. Tell me what happened at Tel Barrow. Scroot returned from Apocrypha with disheartening news, while my efforts at research have been marginally effective at best. Tell me you have something better to report, Proxy. The Infinite Panopticon. First, they sought a memory to alter. Now they seek what? Another memory? And can they even find the entrance again? Well, what research I was able to accomplish tells me that Vermina will be a formidable opponent. But in order to enter Apocrypha without Mora's consent, she requires an anchor and a shield. In this case, Master Shalreni's body. That will be her undoing. Shalreni's body is mortal. If we destroy it, I do not believe that even Blightcrown's concoction will hide Vermina from the one who knows. Of course, there is also the matter of Apocrypha gone amok. But one problem at a time, I think. Ydain, this will be dangerous. I would feel better if you remain here, out of harm's way.
I swore to retrieve the relic, and I can't stand the thought of you facing this danger without me. All of you, really.
Vomitus.
As I feared, the entrance to the Infinite Panopticon has moved.
As is its nature, which means we have failed and reality is doomed.
I refuse this outcome. Fate, bend to my will.
Laramil, be careful.
There is no time. The Panopticon must exist. Here, I command you.
Laramil, you did it! The Panopticon is open!
Oh no. Vermina. Her presence is destroying the Panopticon.
Laramil, look at yourself. You're in no shape to continue.
Nonsense. No. You are right. Proxy, you must deal with Vermina. Gadain will help me return to Cypher's Midden.
You can't face Vermina alone. I don't believe I'm saying this, but I'll go with you.
This is more than just the presence of a rival Daedric prince. Something else is happening here.
I think Vermina's presence has somehow intensified Blightcrown's corruption. Ripples of agony from below. We need to go down, mortal. Debris. They must have gone that way.
Remember, Vermina's not alone. Blightcrown and Torvasad are with her.
Get back, fiends. Here, mortal. Let Apocrypha smite your foe.
Prowess was fitting a knight. Well done.
Hidden kindred. Looks like Vermina brought an army.
Let me aid you. That portal. Vermina passed through it, mortal. I am a vessel of the Great Eye. Call on me. Isn't that amazing? This place feels ancient. Like no one's been here in an eternity.
And concoction work splendidly. We are hidden, and Mora suffers. Tovasar, take the Dream Prince into the Eye of Mora.
I see the Eye of Mora above us. That's where we need to go,
I have
mortal.
a final gift to deliver, to the very core of Apocrypha.
Blightcrown! Did he say something about an Eye of Mora?
Ignore Blightcrown. We need to reach Vermina and destroy Shalreni's body.
Between Vermina's presence and the corruption, my fellow Daedra have turned violent. Well, more violent than usual.
What do you say to some celebratory sweets?
them, mortal. I am a vessel of the Great Eye. Call on me. Here, mortal.
Not the end of our tale.
Might just fall. Crown's a threat, but Vermina's a prince. We should follow Vermina and Torvasard into the Eye of Mora. I have no clue which memory of Hermaeus Mora this particular eye contains, but we should go in and do what we came here to do. Find Vermina and destroy Master Shelreni's body. Without the protection it provides, Mora should be able to pinpoint her. You're right, I don't hear the Great Eye. I think that has something to do with Vermina's presence, Blake Crown's corruption, and the rite they completed to enter the realm. It's just a guess, but if we solve one problem, it should help. Now, mortal, step into the Eye of Mora. What happened to this memory? It looks more like a dream. Or a nightmare.
Another Daedric Prince memory? Take me to the nicest place.
Be Vermina's fault. Stupid Prince of Dreams.
Shining steel!
I sense a flaw. Use my ghost sight to reveal it.
Listen carefully, mortal. Vermina's power is limited here. This isn't her realm. It's only due to the necromancy they used on Shelreni's body that she made it this far. She's placed a dream around us, but the true memory is still here. Vermina hasn't been in here very long. She didn't have time to craft a perfect dreamscape to hide within. Look for flaws in the illusion, the cracks in the facade. We're inside one of the Great Eye's secret memories. That's just an echo of him, part of the memory. Like I said, Vermina's overlay of dream stuff isn't perfect, and we can take advantage of that. Let's see if we can spot him. Listen carefully, mortal. Vermina hasn't... We're inside. Good idea. If you can find the weak points, I can break them open and expose the true memory beneath. Of course, knowing what the Great Eye values, that will probably drive us insane.
Once again, Melon to the rescue. When you get close to a flaw, use my ghost sight to spot it.
Done the unthinkable. Now, I must make sure it cannot be undone.
That was part of the true memory. Find me more flaws to break, mortal.
I shall divide the only remaining memory of it, my memory, and hide it in 3 glyphics.
This must be the memory of when Hermaeus Mora hid the secret the enemy seeks.
Inside the glyphic of hidden paths. locked within the glyphic of what? With regret, the memory of what I had to do, sealed inside the glyphic of shattered reflections. Who dares invade my private memories?
We got what we came here for, Torvasad. This way!
How dare Vamina enter my realm? Fighter! Protect the 3 glyphics. Go and enter the mythos.
You don't want to do this!
This is the mythos deep beneath the Icor Sea. Another memory or more of the same?
We'll be cleaning our weapons all night now. Ugh.
This is the core of Apocrypha. Remember how Torvasard altered a memory and changed the past? The damage they can cause here is enormous.
How much longer, Torvasard?
These last help.
Again! Destroy that light!
Let Apocrypha smite your foe.
That's sure to leave an impression.
Morning, let me aid. Satisfying snack.
We must slip away while we can, Torvasard.
The Dreamweaver flees. But what of the Glyphic Vault? The pain and the damage she has wrought on my realm. And hear my words. I shook off the worst effects of Vermina's corrupting presence, but not soon enough. The intruders have fled. But the vault of the Glyphic! You must determine if the secret remains secure. Not just any Glyphic. One of 3 primordial Glyphics that in total contain the entirety of the memory I made everyone forget. A memory that, if restored, will destroy reality. Enter the vault. Check on the Glyphic. That which I cannot see. The corruption coursing through Apocrypha continues to weaken me. I must do everything I can to maintain a connection to my realm. Enter. It cannot be avoided. Fate's chosen must make sure the Glyphic is secure and the memory intact. We shall talk again. When you examine the Glyphic of hidden paths, it will reveal its portion of the secret to you. Regrettably, there is no other way to determine if the Glyphic remains intact. But fate will survive a slight fraying of its fabric. It has to. Examine the Glyphic and see how this all began, Chosen.
Why have you called us all together, Prince of Fate?
We must deal with this problem, Dreamweaver. I have seen what happens if we do nothing. Already the threads of fate unravel. They have no regard for the chaos they can cause.
Ah, that's it! What I needed to spark my memory, I will restore the rest. Lord of Secrets, I will restore it all!
Torvasar, only one of the unseen could evade my sight here. Chosen, we must speak. My power remains diminished due to the toxins Periite's followers polluted Apocrypha with. But you helped me break free of the worst of the miasma. You saw the contents of the Glyphic of Hidden Paths, as did Torvasard. I did not expect that. Not yet. One thread in the tapestry snapped, but 2 more remain. If you can keep my enemies from unsealing the final 2 Glyphics, there is still a chance to preserve Apocrypha and the rest of reality. You saw how this began. The great omission. Just something from very long ago. Something I did not expect to encounter ever again. It is not important. Not yet. Right now, fate requires a champion, mortal. Do as you have done. Follow your heart. Return to Laramil. Consult with her. Defeat those who oppose us. You will know the best course of action when fate requires it. Now, I must conserve my strength. Apocrypha is under attack, and I feel its pain. Leave this memory, mortal. Take the portal, and return to your allies in Cypher's Midden.
We need to discuss this, mortal. I'm not a hero, just a minor one.
I have recovered, Proxy. Now tell me, what occurred after we parted ways in the infinite panopticon? Part of the memory has been remembered, but reality has not unraveled, so we must still have time to make this right. Vermina and her allies continue to assault Apocrypha, but freeing Hermaeus Mora was a victory. Well done. This is for you, Proxy. Secret and forbidden knowledge. Something so terrible that Hermaeus Mora wiped the very memory of it from all existence. But now Tolvasard has plucked a thin sliver from the darkness, urging us to remember. Though it pains me, we cannot allow that. You did? I am unsure how I feel about that. I want to ask you 1,000 questions, but the corruption plaguing Apocrypha grows worse with every passing moment, and Vermina still roams free. I am torn as what to do. An opportunity, perhaps. It shall take Vermina time to locate the remaining glyphics. That gives us a chance to end the corruption and restore Hermaeus Mora's power. Are you willing to hunt down Blightcrown while I try to locate Vermina? What started in the Panopticon has spread beyond into other parts of Apocrypha. Gadain and I have seen its effects here among the stacks. While you investigate the corruption in Cypher's Midden, I shall try to determine where to find Vermina. We know it is a vile combination of dream and disease, developed by Blightcrown from concepts provided by Vermina and Periite. Master Shelrenny helped to perfect it, and her rite increased its strength. It hides Vermina and weakens Hermaeus Mora. As we have seen, it drives the inhabitants of Apocrypha mad, and turns even allied Daedra violent. Scroot could sense the agony of the realm back on Nairn. Here, I fear she may eventually succumb as the other natives have. Even I am not immune. No. Despite your status as Fate's proxy, you seem resistant. Now, explore Cypher's Midden, and try to track down Blightcrown, or determine how the affliction spreads. I shall attempt to locate Vermina. Remember, they used sensors in the Panopticon.
I'll go with you. It's not like I have anywhere else to be.
Why has the realm turned against us?
Apocrypha reels in pain, and I feel it
Poor
too.
Hulnan.
I don't sense the
The
great
Seeker
eye's
just
gaze.
swooped in,
Surveys
struck him
more
down,
abandoned
flew
us?
off.
They've never attacked the settlement before.
It rushed to attack and then just froze in place. I think it's sick. One of Blightcrown's sensors. And let's return to Laramil's study and tell her what we found.
Friend, the corruption has gotten worse. See to Scroot while I do what I can for Laramil.
Flee, mortal. The pain overwhelms me. Soon I won't be able to tell friend from foe. And my many beguiling eyes, each blinks out and goes dark in turn. Soon I'll be totally blind. I don't know. But the pain and the blindness... Is this what caused the Great Eye to disconnect from his realm? To allow Vermina's dream to envelop him in order to escape the suffering? You don't suppose she has a dream for me, do you? The other mortal? Oh, to have my fate rest in such fragile hands. Really, you should go. Apocrypha is no longer safe, and I don't want to hurt you. Wait. A barely perceptible ripple in the threads. Someone approaches.
Your allies suffer needlessly, mortal. Allow me to aid them.
This affliction is beyond my skills, friend. See what the Dremora has to offer.
Vermina and Peryite have gone too far with their corruption. It works its way into the very fabric of Apocrypha. You only need to look to your two allies to see the harm it causes. I can ease their suffering, mortal. It was an alliance of necessity. I needed their assistance to recover that which was taken from us in ancient times. Hermaeus Mora did what he thought right, as have I. I have no desire to punish him for following his nature. I know where to find Blightcrown, so that you can stop him before he does irreparable damage to this realm. And I can show you where Vermina has gone. I no longer care to share the ancient memory with her, or Peryite. Because I also require help. I offer a trade, an end to this assault on Apocrypha, for the assistance of Fate's Chosen. Decide, mortal. Blightcrown even now works his way toward the core of this realm. Soon it will be too late to reverse the damage. I will mark a location on your map. Here we can open a path to the place Hermaeus Mora calls the Mythos. Not to a memory this time, but to the here and now. Then you can stop Blightcrown before the corruption becomes irreversible. It will take all of us to reach the Mythos. Allow me to ease the suffering of your allies.
I can see again!
Go, Proxy. I shall join you at the location. Corvusson spoke true. We can reach the Mythos from here. But first, we must align the threads of fate. Assist me, Proxy. I can align the threads through your capacity as Fate's Chosen. Touch each thread in turn.
Mortals manipulating the very strands of fate. How unlike Hermaeus Mora to put such power in your hands. He must be truly desperate to keep us in the dark concerning the crimes he perpetrated so long ago. I assumed my intentions were quite clear. I seek to restore that which was wiped from existence in the ancient past by Hermaeus Mora. The memories that I only suspected were real because of the dream that haunted me. Because Daedra do not normally dream, and this one was relentless, recurring night after night. A vision of a statue of Vermina and the ever-present gaze of Hermaeus Mora. I originally sought out the Prince of Dreams' help to make sense of it all. Obviously. But all Vermina was able to do was determine that she and Periite shared the barest recollection of the same memory. That knowledge bound us together. We pooled our resources and planned to recover the stolen memory from Apocrypha. I cannot answer those questions. I have no memory of life before I lost my clan. I don't even know where I originally came from. A part of my past is missing. A part of me. And I won't rest until I recover it. Some memory return.
Align each of the threads of fate, and I... Fate shifts in our direction.
Another layer lies. The way is opening.
Nicely done. Now let's return to Lyriville and see if everything aligned correctly.
Almost there. Help me align the portal proxy. The way into the mythos is open.
Chosen of fate, speak with me. The corruption wreaks havoc with my realm, Chosen. Any relief I experienced after breaking free of Vermina's dream has left me. My connection to Apocrypha grows ever more tenuous, and the vile poison debilitates me. The great eye is blind. While Vermina hides from me, I glimpsed Periite's lapdog break into the mythos before my sight faded. He spreads corruption into the realm's foundation. As Apocrypha succumbs, the realm will crumble. Such destruction will ripple throughout reality. Good. Once inside, you will be my eyes. I will not be able to assist you directly, nor show you where to find the invaders. Torvisard. Of course. The unseen. I cannot sense his presence. The black book you carry. Use it if you need my strength. Just do not look directly into the pages. Even fate's chosen can be harmed by the briefest of exposures to forbid. I call forth all whose fates are intertwined with yours, chosen. Only together can you save reality.
Have I mentioned how much I detest teleportation?
You certainly do tend to collect an odd assortment of companions.
The path to the mythos awaits, mortal. Let us not linger too long.
While the corruption still threatens me, I shall not turn away from my obligation. I started this with you. I plan to finish it with you as well. But we cannot understate the danger. If Scroot or I succumb, turn to Torvisard to aid you. Of course not. There is something unusual about that Dremora. Not the least of which is the fact that the one who knows cannot detect his presence. But Torvisard obviously requires something from you. Use that to your advantage. Perhaps. But the one who knows seems to think something more is at play. And I agree. Torvasard requires further investigation. But later, when reality is no longer in imminent danger, remember what Hermaeus Mora told you. Remember the Black Book. Just what Mora told you. Use it when you need to call on his strength. Do not look too deeply into the pages, though. I know from experience what gazing upon such knowledge can do to a mortal mind. I just wish Gadain did not insist on going with us. I am concerned about all my allies, but yes, Gadain's safety worries me. I fear that his heart is too pure, too inexperienced to survive what we shall experience in the mythos. If I falter, keep him safe, Proxy. Please.
An odd collection of allies for someone so formidable. You may count me among them. At least until our paths once again diverge. I am ready to enter the mythos when you are, mortal. The Prince of Fate has his secrets, and I have mine. The truth is, however, I do not know. That is one of the things I hope to learn when I recover the stolen memory from the ancient past. I believe the lost memory concerns us all. But yes, I think it holds a special significance for myself. What that is, I can only imagine. Not knowing, though. It drives me to reveal what was hidden, no matter the cost.
When I embarked on this quest with you, I never expected to be working alongside Daedra, let alone be marching into the very heart of Apocrypha. I admit, I'm afraid, but I'll stand by you. By you and Laramil both. You have my word. Are you offering me a way out? Thank you, friend, but I'll pass. I promised the Abbot I'd recover the Fulcrum Obscura, and Torvasard assured me Blightcrown has the relic. Well, how can I turn my back on saving reality? Or abandon Laramil? As long as the corruption threatens her, she's going to need someone to lean on. Wait a moment. What are you implying?
They say the dead have nothing to fear. Then why am I filled with a sense of unease? Well, as long as you carry my soul gem, I'll go where you go. Even if we're probably marching straight to our doom. Truthfully, I have no idea. I've seen you accomplish some amazing feats, and Hermaeus Mora has faith in you. But this is the mythos we're going into. To face the champions of two enemy princes, maybe even the princes themselves. Not my usual fare. I didn't say that. The fate of reality hangs in the balance. That's not something to walk away from. Not if we have the slightest chance of preserving existence. No. I'll help you as I can. The spirit of a Tavani Magister and his surrogate body. That's an excellent question. I had to employ numerous wards to barely study the thing, without being whisked away to Apocrypha. But if the Prince of Fate says you can use it to aid your mission, take him at his word. He has no reason to lie to you.
I suffer just as the Great Eye suffers, but I'll float alongside you into the very depths of Apocrypha, which just happens to be where we're going. Just don't blame me if my tentacles fall off or I attack you or something. What choice do I have, mortal? The Great Eye commands, and I obey. Besides, whatever Torvasard did to me, it seems to be holding back the worst effects of the corruption. At least for now.
factories and corruption will keep them busy, Prince Vermina.
Disable Black Crown's manufactories, and the corruption will dissipate. Just shatter the dream crystal that binds them to the mythos. Save Apocrypha while I pursue Vermina.
Come, Gadain. We'll take the west portal, and leave the east to Laramil and Fate's Chosen.
Good thinking, Screwed. This way, Proxy.
The mythos appears endless, but I sense a huge concentration of corruption to the right.
Feel the currents of fate go through you.
Lycra's vile monstrosity. No wonder
The currents of fate shall revitalize you.
That looks like a dream crystal. Destroy it.
corruption has been dealt with. Let us traverse to the western side. Lightcrown must have shattered the path. Simple enough to rectify. That took more out of me than I expected. Follow the path, Proxy. I sense something has gone wrong.
Laramil can't be pushing herself like that.
Stay focused.
The corruption is wearing her down.
Here comes Fate's Chosen. Probably going to gloat.
Over here. We could use some help. But where's Laramil? Showed up. We were set upon as soon as we arrived.
We never reached the manufactory. The way is blocked. Let me summon a portal. Ugh, I'm exhausted. Here comes Laramil. You and Gadain go on ahead. I'll stay with her.
Stay safe, Proxy. And you too, Gadain.
Laramil, when this is over...
Now is not the time, Gadain. Go.
Behold, the very heart of the mythos. Just looking at it makes my head spin.
Laramil's amulet can protect us both. You already destroyed one of these manufactories? Then you know what to look for. Us both.
Guard up, get moving.
Get closer to me, friend.
Why, yes, that was me who realigned the path for you. Thanks for asking. Serve the maker of nightmares.
Stand close and let me shield you. Laramil's gift protects us both.
Walk away from, eh?
Fighting ancestors. That's horrible. Get closer to me, friend. Stand close and let me shield you.
Don't get complacent. I sense another of these vile contraptions nearby.
What have we done?
No guts, no glory.
Right. I'm right behind you. Laramil's gift protects us both. Laramil's amulet can protect us both. Friend.
Come, fool of faith! Base Harry! Accept Lord Peryite's blessing!
Lightcrown has the Fulcrum Obscura. Stand close and let me shield you.
I need power! What harms Apocrypha makes me stronger! Kill! Lead!
Laramil's gift protects us both.
Well done.
You're like the hero
Of course,
of
it may take a week of hot baths to get his stink
And I
off.
get to ride with you.
The Fulcrum Obscura, just as Torvasard said. Now I can return it to the Abbey.
Look, Laramil, we found them.
When you are ready, Proxy, this portal shall take you to Vermina.
Laramil! Thank the ancestors you're all right.
Power I sense up ahead. It must be Vermina.
I know you. The Dreambreaker from Stormhaven. You will not slink away this time. Die, mortal!
Impressive!
While I wear Shalreni's mortal shell, Mora cannot find me. You must face me alone, mortal. Your fear is like sweet
My ghost sight grows more powerful with each nightmare you destroy. This is the token to use my ghost sight. Use my ghost sight to strike true. I expect to try my ghost sight to attack with precision.
Now face a true nightmare. Your nightmare will never end, mortal.
Ouch, that's her weakness. Nightmares aren't real. Step into the token to use my ghost. You're stronger than her dream stuff. My ghost can defeat this enemy.
Face me in my true form.
We're out of options. Use the Black Book.
Trick his cat on me.
No, but it helped me locate a loathsome intruder.
Hermaeus Mora has found me. No!
I am here. Together we'll expel this colony. Vermina has been cast out, and Peryite's contamination wanes. Well, done, Chosen. Now, enter the second vault and make sure the glyphic is secure.
And now our deal is done, mortal. I helped you save Apocrypha, and you helped me enter this vault. I will unlock this glyphic and recover the second part of the lost memory.
Torvasard! He fooled us both, Chosen. Emerge from the mythos and speak with me. We must discuss what happened, Chosen. Perryites plague dog defeated. Vermina expelled. You did well, mortal. Fate chose wisely when it selected you to aid me. What has occurred is what was meant to be. All the potential futures coalesced into a single point in time to render a moment in fate absolute. It was inevitable. Torvasard has the ability to avoid detection, even from my all-seeing gaze. For one who knows everything, I can only speculate. Odd. I find that refreshing. It relates to the forgotten memory. But unless I look into the glyphics, those details are lost. Even to me. Now, I must restore my realm. The hidden kindred linger, but without leaders, they are merely a nuisance. You, however, are still Fate's chosen. Return to your allies in Cypher's Midden. When the time comes, you will find Torvasard and deal with him. Do not despair, Chosen. Through your efforts, the lost memory was denied Vermina and Perryites, thus preserving reality. That Torvasard saw part of the secret is regrettable, but not catastrophic. Now, return to Laramil's study in Cypher's Midden. Fate selected you to save Apocrypha and preserve reality. You have accomplished all that and more. Destiny followed the exact path that I foretold. But we are not yet done. You have more to do before our contract is fulfilled. The Prince of Fate does not lie. Two beings now remember a small part of a greater whole. There is still time and opportunity to correct this before the memory spreads. Danger exists in every corner of Fate, Chosen. Such is the nature of existence. But the entirety of what was hidden in the distant past remains sealed away. The threads it connects to have frayed, but they have not broken. Reality can still be saved. Return to Cypher's Midden. We will speak again.
glad to see you unharmed. I look forward to hearing about your encounter with Vermina.
Oh, let me! We defeated Vermina!
I didn't get to see you beat the Dreamweaver? How unfair is that?
So we can relax now? Ah, friend, you have that look. What terrible news are you about to tell Laramil?
What happened after you entered the portal, Proxy? Scroot tells us the one who knows has reconnected with his realm. But beyond that, we are in the dark. Of course. He needed you to lead him to Vermina. Guide him to where she was lurking because she was hidden inside the body of Master Shelreni. And what of the second glyphic? Is the secret memory secure? Unfortunate, but not unrecoverable. Now that Hermaeus Mora is restored, he can locate Torvasad and deal with him once and for all. Unless... Does Torvasad still have some way to elude the one who knows, even without Blightcrown's corruption? Torvasad's nature. He is unlike any Dremora I have ever encountered. He helped us to help himself. But I believe him when he said he meant no harm. He just does not realize the danger this memory poses. I suppose that means we need to find him. Then let us take a moment to remember all we accomplished. All you accomplished, Proxy. You defeated Blightcrown, expelled Vermina, and saved Apocrypha, thereby saving Nirn. Take this. The one who knows insists you accept this reward. While we contemplate the best method for tracking down Torvasad, there are two other tasks we must accomplish, Proxy. One concerns updating the records of Apocrypha. The other requires us to return to Necrom and rectify the original anomaly of fate. Scrooge can provide more information, as it is a vital part of her job. After repairing a thread of fate, she must record the final details in the Chronicle of Apocrypha. Having your name inscribed therein is a great honor. Necrom, one of the first threads of fate we investigated to uncover the identity of Apocrypha's enemies, and it is the only one we did not resolve. We must accompany Gadain back there so he can return the Fulcrum Obscura. But first, talk to Scroot. Scroot can tell you all about the process for inscribing her records in the Chronicle of Apocrypha. You should talk with her. Meanwhile, I shall discuss arrangements for returning to Necrom with Curate Gadain. As have you and I, Proxy. That is only natural when allies face unimaginable danger at each other's side. Beyond that, I would prefer if we did not mention this again.
My role has always been to observe and repair the lines of fate, never to unduly influence them, no matter how sorely I'm tempted. So while I was waiting, it was just a nervous habit that I haphazardly started checking the nearby lines of fate. The Chronicle can wait. This is more important. Why else would I have even mentioned anything mortal? It's like no one ever listens to a word I say. Anyway, I noticed an anomalous thread not far from here, at the prismatic Irish shore. A fate anomaly. The sacred task appointed to me. My job is to spot and correct them. It's really important, but you don't care. I think it's the stolen glyphic. Removing it from the mythos triggered the irregularity. Luckily, I happened to spot it. Not us, mortal. Just you. And Melon, I suppose. Only Fate's Chosen can resolve this, and that's still you. The prismatic Irish shore is north of here. Meet us in Cypher's Hall after you deal with Torvasard. Then we can update the Chronicle. Apocrypha is quite resilient, and since the burning sensation in my tentacles and the pain behind my orbs have mostly faded, I'd say yes. Besides, I can hear the melodious hum of the Great Eye resonating all around me, so that's a good sign.
The usual. Various denizens of Apocrypha. The stray hidden kindred or dream carver loitering about. But you might need Melm's ghost sight to follow the trail of the glyphic. I barely noticed it, so it must still be in Torvasard's possession.
Can I get you anything, Laramil?
No, thank you, Gadain. I am mostly recovered from our ordeal.
Scroot's penchant for noticing anomalies of fate is impressive. But this might not be up that path to the left. I think that's where the anomaly is. No matter what we encounter, remember you literally have a Telvanni Magister in your pocket. I sense something amiss. Use my ghost sight to look around. This bridge wasn't here a moment ago. I suggest we cross it. Look!
Show me.
It doesn't matter what you foresee.
Reality, you must all forget.
And there it is! Another piece of my memory restored. We should speak, mortal. The Prince of Fate thinks himself so perfect, but for all his power, he couldn't eliminate the memory he so desperately sought to hide. Not from my dreams, not from his own mind. And now, I remember most of it. Only one secret remains to uncover. Why would you? You are merely mortal. But I have wandered the plains of oblivion for eons, an outcast with no clan. I believed I was formed that way, a forgotten scrap of creation, until the dream began to haunt me, a fragment of an ancient memory. No, the dream that will end it, that will finally restore all that was lost. Ameas Mora caused all this with his greed and selfishness. He made us all forget. He made me forget. There was another Daedric prince, my prince. A prince that saved me and preserved just enough of my memory so that I could one day save them in return. A prince whose jealous and craven siblings cast down and wiped from the annals of history. No Prince of Oblivion can truly be destroyed. The final glyphic contains that secret. How to find them and restore them to their rightful place. And then, Mora will answer for his crimes. See for yourself. I leave the glyphic for you to examine.
It doesn't matter what you foresee. You can't do this to another prince. Or to the rest of us, for that matter.
You have seen the damage Prince Athelia has already done to the fabric of fate. If left unchecked, reality will unravel.
All of us must agree, Mora, and I definitely do not. Memories are sacrosanct, as are the domains of the princes.
You can't punish someone for something they might possibly do.
I must. The risk is too great. I am truly sorry, but there is no alternative. For the sake of reality, you must all forget. was forgotten has been remembered. We must speak. Too late. Too late! The door sealed long ago is opened. Just a crack. But the damage is done. That which was forgotten is now remembered. The memories released from the two glyphics are accurate and true. Ethelia, the Prince of Paths, the mistress of the untraveled road, the unseen. Her ability to alter fate, to shape destiny to her liking, was a threat to all reality. It still is. What mortal could? The Fate Changer is an arbiter of chaos, who can unravel the strands of fate and rearrange them to suit her every whim. Her very existence endangers everything. I saw no other way to preserve reality than to do what I did. I gathered my fellow princes and revealed the danger I foresaw. Most agreed to aid me, some refused. In the end, it did not matter. I erased Ethelia from history. But I could not erase my own memories. Those I sealed in the 3 primordial glyphics. Torvasar. Something I did not foresee. An agent of Ethelia, hidden for all these eons. Her contingency plan. Her revenge. At least the final glyphic is secure. Until it is found and opened, reality remains safe. For now, return to Cypher's Midden.
May I have a word? Magister Goreth referred to you as the mouth of the mouthless. I suppose that fits. Look, I've never been very good at this, but I wanted to thank you. In life, I was a secluded old wizard who cared nothing for anything but magic and my own studies. Nonsense. My enormous intellect certainly came in handy, but your fate's chosen. You would have found a way, with or without me. But I'm glad you rescued me from Shelreni, that you took me on this adventure. If I never escaped this soul gem, maybe. I'm in no rush. Adventuring is a new experience for me. I'm content to follow along for now. I'm going to rest for a while. Remember, as long as you have my gem, if you ever need me, just call. Now, talk to Scroot about the Chronicle.
Hello, mortal. The Great Eye told me what happened. Even though things didn't go exactly the way we hoped, we're all still here. That means reality is stable. For now. I'm as surprised as you, but existence is resilient. At least, for another day. Laramil and I spoke with a few of the ciphers, and we're all in agreement. We want to add your story to the Chronicle of Apocrypha. Only the most momentous events make it into that sacred volume. I also wanted to say, you expanded my outlook.
I always saw fate as black and white, set in stone, unchangeable. But now I see that not every aberration is a disaster. Not every surprise a mistake. Thanks for that. Now, let's inscribe you in the Chronicle. Then Curate Gedane wants to see you. Let it be known that the name of Fate's Chosen shall be entered into the Chronicle of Apocrypha, to be remembered forever for actions accomplished in service to Fate.
That's not all. They also helped return 3 very important tomes to their proper place in the sidereal cloisters.
The time has come for me to return to Necrom and complete my mission for the Abbey. When I present the Fulcrum Obscura to the Abbot, I'd like you to be at my side. That's good. That's very good. I appreciate it. Besides, I want to let the Abbot know what you did. You preserved Nirn, as well as Apocrypha, through your actions. By the way, did you find Torvasard? Laramil has been dying to know what happened. All right. Not imminent is better than imminent. If the Prince of Fate needs you, he can find you on Nirn as easily as here in Apocrypha. I'm sure there's more to it, but that's your business. I'll leave it to you and Laramil. I must consider the best parts of the necropolis to show to Laramil. She wants to see everything. We'll meet you in Necrom, friend. At the necropolis. Yes, she's being quite insistent on... Wait a moment, are you having a jest with me? Laramil is a special person, as I'm sure you already know. We're just friends, I think. I don't know what I'm saying. We'll meet you back in Necrom. I must consider them.
Good to see you again, friend. Amazing to see how influential you've been. Good to see you again, friend. Amazing to see how influential you've been. Truly remarkable. Now, if you're like me and need a break from conversing, I have a few tomes tucked in my robes for casual reading. Just say the word. Me? Question the Prince of Fate? I would never. No, that's laughable. I have journaled about it, though.
Curate Gedane asked me to watch for you. He's waiting for you through the door to the east.
Well done, Curate. With the sacred relic returned, I feel it's safe to once again open the necropolis. Now, why don't you say a few words about your adventures?
Say a few words? Me? The Abbot insisted on the immediate return of the relic, friend. Sorry you missed that part of the ceremony. But now he wants me to give a speech? I'd rather go back to Apocrypha with you and face a horde of corrupted lurkers. Right, what's in my heart? Helpful to the end, that's you. Well, I might as well get this over with. Oh, while I pull my thoughts together, Laramil wants to talk to you.
since we seem to have a moment, tell me what occurred at the prismatic Irish shore. I see. Are you at liberty to tell me what the glyphic contained? A forgotten Daedric prince. Only the one who knows could keep such a fact secret for so long. Is there anything else I should know, Proxy? Then I am sure Hermaeus Mora shall call upon us again when the time is right. You are still Fate's chosen, and I am your guide. But reality seems to be holding together for now. I think we have time to rest, to reflect, and to listen to Gadain. If there was an imminent danger, Hermaeus Mora would summon us. For now, bask in your victories, Proxy. You faced down Daedric princes and saved Apocrypha and Nirn. Take this, thanks from the one who knows, and a sign of friendship from me. Go on with your life, Proxy. When Hermaeus Mora needs us to resume the chase, I shall send word. Until then, I believe I shall remain here in Necrom for a time. Restore the bindery, explore the necropolis, get to know Curate Gadain a little better. Grow up, Proxy. I am well over a century old. Young for an Altmer, but not without my share of romantic experiences. I find the curate to be intriguing. I wish to take the time we have to get to know him better, to see where things may lead. Yes, but he no longer has the resources of Vermina and Periite at his command. He used them, and they shall not soon forget that. So even with his many abilities, he will need time to plan before he can attempt another assault on Apocrypha. I expect so, as does the one who knows, which is why you are still bound by his contract, and I am still on call to aid you. But that is tomorrow's concern. I shall send word when the threads of fate that bind us once again converge. Be well, Proxy. Say what is in your heart, Gadain.
Right. Thanks, Laramil. The abbot asked me to tell you about my adventures. How I recovered the sacred relic and saved the necropolis. But the truth is, I couldn't have done any of it without Fate's champion. Someone I'm proud to call my friend. Thanks to them, we saved the relic. We saved Nirn. We saved all of reality. All hail Fate's champion. All hail my friend.
Well said, Gadain.
Thanks, Laramil. I couldn't have done any of this without you, too.
Gadain.
Did I do all right, friend? I didn't seem too nervous or ramble or anything, did I? No, but I'm doing it now, aren't I? Of course I am. If your travels ever bring you back to Necrom, please, come and visit. I'll never forget our adventures. What? Did Laramil say something? Was I too forward? Not forward enough? Oh, I am so not good at this. How could I keep a secret from you? Laramil has agreed to stay in Necrom. At least for a while. Laramil has expectations? What sorts of... Oh! I see. Yes, I shall endeavor to monitor not only her words, but her gestures. I must seem like a country bumpkin to someone as sophisticated and traveled as Laramil. Oh, what's the use? I am a bumpkin. You really think so? Thank you, my friend. It means a lot for you to say that. And I meant what I said. If you ever need my help, or a place to stay, or anything, don't hesitate to call on me. I learned so much at your side.
Go on with your life, Proxy. When Hermaeus Mora needs us to resume the chase, I shall send word. Until then, I believe I shall remain here in Necrom for a time. Restore the bindery, explore the Necrom.
Well done. I half expected my young curate to flee the hall rather than speak to this assembly. But he did a magnificent job. Thank you again for helping Gadain recover the Fulcrum Obscura. The necropolis wouldn't be the same without it. Yes, thank the ancestors. Although some of our brethren nearly became permanent residents of the necropolis before we were able to nurse them back to health. Things would have been much worse if Gadain hadn't acted and teamed up with you. We resume our sacred task, helping our people stay close to the ancestors who have gone before them. In time, I will join those who sleep below. Who knows? Perhaps Gadain will be ready to take up my responsibilities when that day comes.
Congratulations! I guess it turns out you were right to be suspicious about the Stormwing. I've heard stories about murder, illness, and cultists infiltrating the catacombs. A good thing you were there to handle things. I'll keep the Stormwing quarantined until I can get it properly fumigated. Sooner or later, the ship's owners will send a new captain and crew from Vivek City. If they can find anyone willing to serve on her, that is.
Can't believe it. Are you blessed by the Tribunal? To have achieved so much and saved so many? I knew you were capable after you helped me at Kemelzi. This is so much more.
Surprised to see me? I'll admit that deciphering Draenus's notes have proved to be quite the ordeal. A surprising number of sleepless nights. But I wouldn't have missed this for the world. Not when there are so many important people in attendance. You were quite right to warn me. Even so, sometimes late at night, it's like I hear it whispering to me.
When you came to Old Isra to ask me about Master Shelreni, I thought I was sending you to your death. Not from malice, mind you. I simply doubted she could be beaten by a wandering adventurer. I'm pleased to see that I was wrong. Ah, you wonder if there's a place for Master Shelreni's mouth in Old Isra after all the things she did. Do not worry for me. There are a number of vacancies in the Assembly of Masters. I could be very useful to a newly promoted master. That's what a mouth does. I loyally represented my master's interests against all opposition. And I demonstrated the discretion to put House Delvani's interests first when Master Shelreni became a threat. I shall find new employment quite soon.
My mother used her magic to make sure Dacia and I could be here in person. Or as good as. I can't believe Dacia enlisted the help of such a hero to try to save me. She must really love me. I don't know how I got so lucky. Blissful. Strangely so. I'm so happy, I'm afraid to trust it. Like it's a dream I'm going to wake up from. It's odd having my mother on the other side of the wards. I suppose it's how most young adults must feel leaving home for the first time. Oh no. Even if we did, we have the whole isolation tower to ourselves now. Plenty of space, and all manner of diversions. And I do hold out hope that my mother is on the verge of a breakthrough. Maybe we'll be out sooner than we think. My mother used her magic to make sure Dacia and I could be here in person. Or as good as. I can't believe Dacia enlisted the help of such a hero to try.
Nathan was surprised to hear you were the hero of the peninsula, but I wasn't. It's wonderful to see you again, even if we can't be there in person. Projecting in was Cethiel's idea, believe it or not. It's been quiet so far. She and Tunshe are still trying to find more researchers, but I'm sure they'll get back to it soon. Nathan thinks we'll be free before the year is out. He seems restless. I don't blame him. But me? I can wait. I still want to, sure. But for the first time in my life, I'm safe, provided for, and loved. So loved. I've never known such peace and happiness. Sithiel was right. I want for nothing. Thanks for helping me make this choice, stranger.
I'm glad I made it. Would you believe my superiors thought attending this celebration was frivolous? I wouldn't dare miss a chance to thank the savior of Anchor Egg Mine again. The consortium may underestimate the good you did, but I surely won't. Very well. Things at the mine are so much better since you came along.
Seems your helpful reach went far beyond my egg mine. Can't say I'm surprised. Marsa and Barlek would have been here to congratulate you, but they're busy getting things ready for reopening. So I hope thanks from an old and grateful overseer will do. It's hard work, but we wouldn't have it any other way. And I do enjoy the antics of the script.
Rubbing elbows with the elite of the Telvanni Peninsula. Don't get too important, or I might wind up receiving a writ with your name on it one day.
So, Hero, I take it you've been up to your old tricks. I'm not sure how much of what I heard I actually believe, but if the danger was as great as they indicated, I'm glad you were on hand to stop it. Just don't let the attention go to your head. I think I deserve some time off. A woman can only slit so many throats and stab so many backs before she needs a hot bath and a bottle of wine. Make that 2 bottles. And if I can find some company to share it with, all the better. An interesting offer, but I think I'll pass. I was thinking more of something casual and meaningless. Someone or someones I won't mind gutting once I've had my fun. I'd rather not put any more holes in you than you already have.
May the blessings of St. Voorhees be upon you. I was hoping you'd say hello. The shrine has had an influx of visitors, just as I thought it would. When I heard you would be attending the reopening celebration, I had to come and show my appreciation. What? Why? You don't think that thief would return? Oh no, I never should have left! I just came to ask, but it hardly matters, does it? I could have just made something up. All the pilgrims care about is hearing how you and Relossi stopped the Lock of Rosgard. But I don't know very much about you. I'll just ask the others here about your exploits. Then I'm headed straight back to the shrine.
I'll be honest and tell you I didn't want to come here. I hoped to put Salen Mora behind me. Even if I ended up looking like the hero who stopped the Lock of Rosgard, we both know the truth. The thought had crossed my mind, but it would hardly be sporting, making an arrest and taking attention off your good deeds. I'm here to tell you that you're an inspiration. Your heroism across the peninsula has given me something to aspire to. Certainly. It's made me realize that story with the Lark can be one of many in my service as an armiger. That story will still end with me catching him, though. Mark my words.
This one could not leave these lands without giving thanks to a true friend of the Bandari. This one's caravan sends warm tidings as well. We did not know your heroics extended to others on the peninsula as well. This one was eager to pass it to the next generation of Bandari. He traded it to his nephew for a sweet roll. To feel it pass from this one's hands, there are no words, Walker. It felt right. May luck be with you all of your days. This one could not leave these lands with...
It seems there is more to you than I thought. Well done. Oh, we shan't be hearing from Balva Bemis anytime soon. Of course, I still need to find a proper replacement.
Hey, Merc. Looks like you've been keeping busy. Didn't know the people of this peninsula had it in them to show this kind of gratitude. Color me surprised. I'd say you earned it. Haven't been too many. I suspect they're not really my thing. I'd hope there'd be fewer people, and more food and drinks. But you're here, so it's not a complete waste of time.